All right, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise and glories to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Harakah Kadash. Before I begin to say Brakathia Yahweh, Brakathia Yahushai, Brakathia Yahweh, Brakathia Yahushai, Brakathia Yahweh, Brakathia Yahushai. All blessings and glory to Heavenly Father, Abba now, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Harakah Kadash. Once again, double honors to elder apostles, elder bishops, a great millstone, where I let your truth from. Peace and salutations, lawful elect, wherever it may be, on the fronts of the earth. And the brother Kwam Kabar come back with another lesson to edify the body. Yahweh Shem Shai, the house of David. And the Lord's willing to edify and be through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. As you see on my screen, we know by now, all of us know, in the know, that the Mexican cartel member, El Machinto, his name was Namiso, if I'm saying that correct, or Aguirre Cervantes, if I'm saying that correct. If I'm not, Salakia, forgive me. The notorious leader of a Jalisco New Generation cartel, known as Machinto, was shot and killed in a Mexican military operation on Sunday, February 26, 2020, February 22nd, 2026. And look at it. It says, violence erupts in Mexico after drug lord El Machinto killed. Mexican army kills. So it was all a setup. It's a psyop, through the spirit. If it's not, hey, it's all written in the scriptures. Egyptians should fight against the Egyptians. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that the world are in. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, because there is a outcry. There is a uproar of the people in the world, in Mexico. It's on the and it's in their back. It's in the west. It's on California border, from Texas border all the way to the Florida border. All the way from Texas, from California, the Gulf of, what do they call it? What do they say? Baja California. That's the Gulf of Mexico, all the way to Texas, Louisiana, going into Florida. The southern border, the southern Pacific, right? Meeting what? The Atlantic Ocean, This thing is getting ready. This thing is over, bro. This whole fucking thing is over. The Wadi Abashim Shai, and they're stopping flights from coming into Mexico, Canada, California, United States. This thing is about to, we know the prophecies coming to pass. All these prophecies are coming to pass. But before the prophecy, before they bring the chaos, they bring the order, and they bring the solution. And the ultimate solution is what? The CHIP, the micro CHIP, the MOTB, right? Because there's a lot of things. There's everything going on at the same time. That's why the Wadi Abashim Shai, for the elder apostles, elder bishop, great millstone, the elder brothers, the prophets that are prophesying from all the four winds of the earth. When we over here on the western part of the world, when we're asleep, right? Other brothers around the world making, putting up videos. When on the other side of the pond, the north, the south, the east, right? And even in Babylon the Great, aka America, when California, the western, what do they call it? The Pacific Standard Time, is asleep. The brothers in the eastern part of the world, Eastern Standard Time, which is New York, from Maine, from Eastern Canada, all the way down to Florida, and from the Western Canada all the way down to San Diego, Mexico. Right, and all of in between, you got a Mountain Standard Time. You know, we're all prophesying the same thing. We're all warning the same thing. Because we're visionaries, we're seers, we're prophets through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. So lucky for the rambling and talking so much. But let's get to scripture. Because there's violence in the streets of Mexico. And it's coming to Babylon the Great. And it's in our backyard. California, Texas, Arizona. You see? And it's all coming together. Everything, this whole thing is coming together. It's all coming at the same time. So this is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's what's going on in America. That's what's going on in Mexico. Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco. All, you know, the state of Mexico is all in an uproar because over this cartel member being shot and killed. And it was all set up by the Mexican military, who is funded by the United States military. You know, they're all everything's connected. And who's in charge of everything on this side? Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's who is ruling the earth? Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. He's the one that's in charge. The elites behind this whole thing. The DuPont, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the so forth and so on. You know, the Oppenheimers. You see? They're all in on it. Everyone's in on it. And if you can't see it, death to you. Because the Lord didn't want you to get it. He didn't want you to be healed and be converted. He didn't want you to be converted and healed. Lord willing, we are converted and healed until the end. You see? For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's why there's upwards of the people in Mexico City, Venezuela, UK, you know, Russia, all over, Iran. You see, because they're all ran by the elites. This whole system is ran by the elites of Esau, Amalek. You see? A man shall desire to go into a city and not be able, because they were talking about no flights coming in, no flights going out. You can't leave your resort. You can't leave your house because there's chaos in the streets. Killing in the streets because of this cartel being shot. Which means the Lord's coming after, the Lord's going after the northern kingdom, and he's coming after the southern kingdom very soon. And he's been going after the southern kingdom in pockets. We're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. You see? Because of their pride, right? Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. That's why the Wadi Abba Shimon Shai, it's our time, to rise and to rise to rise up in the faith, in our faith, in our glory, faith to faith, glory to glory, in the name of Yahweh Shimon Shai. And what I meant by my first statement is being bold in the name of Yahweh Shimon Shai. I just couldn't get it out. But the Wadi Yahweh Shimon Shai, that you allowed me to bring it out. Being bold in the name, that's why we can move. That's the reason why we're not afraid. Because we have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We have we fear the Lord because we keep his commandments. For this whole duty in man. The prophets, speak of war, pestilence, plagues, earthquakes, disasters, uproars of the people, and it's all by the mouth. It's all by the voice. Yahweh Shai is the voice, but the mouthpiece is the middle of the Lord. The Lord puts his word in our mouth to speak to his people. He said, that's why 2 Ezra 9:1 is measured all the time diligently in itself. When I showed, this thing is going down. This thing is over. We're not even in the third month. We're still in the second month. And between January 1st to February 23rd, 2026, a lot has happened in 7 weeks. And it's been like, it feels like 6 months. It truly feels like 6 months. And how much more is going to just keep, the heat just going to keep rising. Like Apostle Tahar said a couple months back in one of his videos about the faucet. The Lord just going to keep turning up the faucet. More trouble, more pestilence, more plagues, more trouble. This is the Lord's will. This is his will coming to pass. It's coming to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it, but it will surely come. Habakkuk 2:3. You see, just paraphrasing. You see, it says, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, because everyone is prideful as shit. Even though they don't have anything, they don't have a pot to piss in, they don't have a toilet paper to wipe their ass. They don't have a jug to drink out of. They're in gross darkness. They don't see no future in this place, but they have nowhere to turn because they 2/3 of our own people has mocked Yahweh Shemel Shai. So now this is his time, which he's going to use the men of the Lord to mock at you. You see? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoiling their goods because of the lack of bread and the great great tribulation. Because they were reporting that one of the videos that I watched, he said that we can't even go to a restaurant. There's no restaurants. The bar's not open downstairs. So the restaurant staff is getting snacks and drinks for them. So they can't even go out to get their food, to get what they need to sustain themselves in this time. See, the Lord is moving quick. He's moving fast, in a hurry. You see? You see that? So let's go 2 Ezra 16. And verse, let's start at the Verse 17, it says, woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? You see, Ezra was asking, he was seeing the trouble coming, seeing the danger coming, the judgment coming. He was asking the angel, right, woe is me, destruction.